Court filings casually labeled them were said to be multi-day marathons of excess. Captured on camera from angles, only one person ever saw the one guarding the tapes. A former bodyguard who walked away from Diddy's circle in 2021 told a blogger last year he once watched armored couriers haul hard drives out of the Miami mansion. The whispers, those drives were insurance. Insurance for what? That's the question keeping insiders nervous. If Epstein had compromat on billionaires, the theory goes, Diddy's vault could match it, or even blow it wide open.
People I don't think realized was he had cameras all over the place, unbeknownst to them. And now he has all that footage, supposedly. This is what I'm told. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens if, you're a huge, iconic, TV star or movie star, and you're in some very, very...
So how has Diddy strolled through the firestorm with nothing more than a singed coat, while other members of the accused elite have gone up in flames? Our theory starts and ends with that vault. The whispers say Diddy wasn't just hosting the parties, he was filming them. And not for kicks, an L.A. producer, speaking anonymously to Rolling Stone last fall, claimed multiple celebrities went into panic mode after the first lawsuit hit. Not because of accusations, but because of what might be caught on tape. They weren't afraid of headlines. They were afraid of footage. If even a sliver of what's alleged is true, politicians, athletes, actors doing things they'd never want public, then that vault isn't a myth. It's a loaded weapon, which leads to the silence, or more accurately, the protection. Because Diddy isn't just wealthy, he's wired into power. His contacts list is an encrypted maze of White House veterans, media moguls, elite publicists, and at least one sitting senator. And through dozens of lawsuits, and even a federal conviction, his most powerful friends have kept their lips sealed. But not everyone stayed quiet. Enter Marin Comey, federal prosecutor, bloodline to a former FBI director, abruptly fired last month without a single explanation. Her resume? She had her fingerprints on both the Epstein and Diddy cases. That's not coincidence. That's a neon warning. The firing alone was suspicious, but what she said next detonated like a flare. Fear is the tool of a tyrant, she wrote to colleagues, wielded to suppress independent thought. No names, none needed. The timing was surgical, days after her team failed to convict Diddy on the most serious trafficking charges. And just weeks before sentencing on lesser counts, she was cut loose from the SDNY, like a threat being erased. This is the same Comey who reportedly pushed to tie the freak-off evidences are piling too high to dismiss. Still, the vault remains unconfirmed. No search warrant has uncovered its hiding place. No indictment has spelled out its contents. Yet nearly everyone in the know swears it's real. A former music exec told Variety she once overheard a Bad Boy Records assistant say, "If the vault leaks, everyone's done. Everyone." At the time, she thought it was just swagger. Now, she's not so sure. Another rumor claims that after Homeland Security's 2024 raids on Diddy's properties, investigators seized encrypted files that remain locked to this day. If those files contain even a fraction of what's rumored names, locations, timestamps, the shockwaves wouldn't just hit the music industry, they'd tear through multiple empires.
Maxwell, he wants all the Trump stuff to go, he wants all the Epstein stuff to go away, right? That's his main motivation, is he doesn't want his name mentioned with Epstein in the same sentence because that is hurting him and it's fracturing his party and his base. So he's nervous about it, but he could use Ghislaine as someone who says, I know everything there is to know about Jeffrey Epstein.
Unless someone opens it, or unless someone already has.
He can't stand you, Mr. President. He was once nice to you, he's turned on you, and he doesn't deserve a favor from you, who he worked actively to stop.
And yet, and hanging over all of it, the raids, the vault, the missing footage, is a question most people won't even say out loud. Why does Donald Trump keep sidestepping Diddy's name like it's radioactive? This is a man who handed out pardons to convicted allies like party favors. Yet when pressed about Combs, he mumbled something about him being sort of half innocent, then added, "It makes it more difficult to do. Difficult because of Diddy's past political jabs, or difficult because there's something in that vault with Trump's name on it." Trump and Diddy once partied together, posed for photos, traded compliments, that's public record. But in today's era of weaponized footage and vanishing prosecutors, praise can turn into ammunition overnight. If Diddy truly kept a digital blackmail archive, and if it really stretches back 2 decades, as insiders claim, it's hard to believe it only captured celebrities. We're talking moguls, billionaires, global power players whose reputations survive on secrecy. The theory says these weren't just wild parties, they were chessboards. The freak-offs weren't random excess, they were staged productions, lit to perfection, shot from multiple angles. And the guests? Allegedly clueless they were being filmed until they weren't. By then, the footage wasn't just video, it was leverage.
Not be involved with a famous singer to not come out, here's the price. And that they're just selling to the individuals that are in those. This is what I heard. They're selling those videos. So if you're Tommy X, and Tommy X is a big, big movie star, and he was at some of the Diddy parties, he was in one of those bedrooms with 3 other men, and he's happily married to a woman, and blah. Tommy doesn't want that video.
This is the darker current running beneath it all. These elite gatherings weren't just thrill rides. They may have been engines for power consolidation, influence harvesting, and high-definition insurance policies. What better way to lock in loyalty than to keep someone's darkest secret on a hard drive? It's the same element that made the Epstein files an obsession, not only the horror, but the potential fallout. And if Diddy followed that same playbook, or worse, upgraded it, then the vault isn't a smoking gun, it's a nuclear briefcase. Former party staff have painted disturbing scenes. Guests stripped of their phones, handed thick NDAs to sign on arrival, chauffeured to secluded spots in Miami, Louisiana, or private islands. Once there, they were offered mystery drinks, told to just vibe, and introduced to strangers whose names were never exchanged. Some claim they were promised stardom. Others thought it was harmless networking. But behind the walls, surveillance-grade cameras, hidden mics tucked in planters, backup drives stored in locked basements, and one longtime employee, who quit just before the 2024 raids, told a podcast host that Diddy's real studio was never about music, it was about control.
Look at Diddy, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at him. Let's take a look at, he has videos. He has videos of the parties. Now, what I've heard, which I don't know how much of it is in mainstream.
What if someone in power decides that silence can no longer be guaranteed? An entertainment attorney told us, anonymously, people are reportedly corrupted during the Homeland Security raid. Forensic experts still can't explain how both cloud and local backups could fail at the exact same time. When a pre-increte pattern repeats like this, it stops looking like error and starts looking like protocol. A protocol designed not to protect the public, but to protect the highest ranks of power. These vanishing moments, missing minutes, corrupted drives, erased logs are more than digital ghosts. They're signals, signs that somewhere behind closed doors, decisions are being made about what the public is allowed to see. And when that level of control spans multiple administrations, across multiple cases, it points to something deeper than incompetence. It points to a machinery or just another chapter in a saga where power always wins. Stay sharp, stay curious. And until next time, keep your eyes wide.